Good evening folks, welcome back to ALCHEMOTO's workshop and welcome back to part 2 of the Painting Your Tank series, specifically the Sportster tank, which you can see right in front of me there. So from last week where we left off, we took down the original decals, which you could still feel the ridge around the tank. If you want to keep those original decals but you hate that ridge that you can feel underneath the water slide decals, then just sand that down following last week's instructions and you can re-clear coat over, and it's actually a better finish then than how it comes out of the factory, which is obviously because it's mass produced, there's always imperfections. So with this tank now, you can see on this side we have still got the 883R logo from the factory, which we haven't covered, and we put a guide coat over on the other side last week, which is absolutely perfect now, so we know that's going to work on the other side with the base coat. So what we're going to do, this is a short vlog this week, is just to apply the base coat. So we'll bring it a little bit closer, show you the paints I use, and then we'll get cracking and lay those layers on after the intro. Okay, so going back to last week, you can see on this side, and this is where we put the guide coat, and we flattened that down now with a worn sort of 600s grit paper, which is more like an 800s, and that's just enough to give it a key. So what you're doing is when you flatten it down, you can see it's still got like a satin sheen on it. So even though it's more of a primer on this side, you want to take it down so it's just like that, like a baby's backside, nice and smooth. Okay, so before you do anything, you want to go over that with your panel wipe. Spray that over, give it a good wipe down with a clean cloth, just to take any of those contaminants out of the surface, okay? Right, so with the paints I always use, always from Specialist Paints. So specialistpaints.com or .co.uk, and these are also in the States as well. So the UK supplier over here, I think it's in Sheffield up in the north, and you can get these online and normally delivered to your door within a couple of days. And he has a great range of colours, specialist colours, candies, metallics, spectral coats, all sorts. So yeah, they don't give me anything for free, by the way. So if you're watching Specialist Paints, because I'll tag you in this video, it's about time you give me some freebies. Okay, so let's get cracking. So I'm just using a small touch-up gun now for putting the base coats on. I have a range of guns up on the wall over there. There's nothing special. There's no £400 or £500 equipment here for me. I use what's good for me. And my clear coat gun, which is up there, is a Sealy gun. And that gives me some cracking finishes, and it helps to use Specialist Paints because they have such good atomization through the gun. And that's a 0.3 nozzle I use for my clear coat. And these are about a 0.7 on this one here for my base coat. So nothing special there. It's probably a £30–40 gun, but it's how you use it. So let's go ahead and shoot those base coats on.
It's like a family tree, part of you and part of me. And if we should separate, go your own way, I won't wait.
fuck back.
Okay, so that's the first coat done. It's only literally a couple of minutes to blast that over. We've left it 15 minutes and we're going to go over with the coat 2. We're going to do 3 coats of that. Then when that goes off, that whole lot will be flattened down to give us that smooth finish ready for the custom work. Okay, so we'll lay coat number 2 on. Okay folks, it's as simple as that. So we've gone ahead and laid the third coat on off camera there. We don't want to bore you folks. But obviously the equipment I'm using is a large compressor in my workshop. I use a charcoal filter I've got an air breather, but I can also use that as a water trap as well. So that's the most important things of using a compressor is to put a water trap on your compressor. It doesn't matter whether you use a small hobby compressor, that's all you need to do this job with. You know, on a 30-40 pound spray gun, make sure you get something that's not cheap and cheerful from China, and that will do the job for you. So you can go ahead and buy the best gun you want, but it's how you lay the paint on. Okay, for the base coat it doesn't really matter because you're going to flatten that down anyway. It's all about the top coat, the preparation underneath and the final coat. Okay, so again we've gone over the paints I use, which is from Custom Paints. They are fantastic colours, rich in everything they do. And we'll go over the colours, what we're going to use to finish this tank off. So we've sort of changed our little minds a bit here now. We're going to go with a little bit of gunmetal and a bit of candy red over the decals on this. So we're just waiting for them to arrive. So next week what we're going to do is go over the pattern, what we're going to do in the tank with the fine line. We always use 3M tape. We've got the 2 different thicknesses here. We might even go down to 1 mil for the lines we're doing. So what we're going to do is put a fine line over with a fine red marker around the face of the tank here. Then we've got to put a silver base back over our gunmetal with that, just to give you a little mix. And on this final bit here will be a sort of gunmetal silver, and then with a fine 1 mil red line going through it. And then we're going to do something special on the top and show you how to lay that over with the candies over the top. So these are all things you can do at home. So keep watching folks, plenty to come on this series, and hopefully within that series, because it's the first day of spring now, we're getting into ride out season as well. Restrictions are going to be lifted here in the UK. We've got the tour to look forward to, and we've got 3 or 4 more tank jobs coming into the workshop with some more detailed stuff coming in after this one here. So thanks for watching this. Look out next week. Thanks for all you new subscribers this week as well, and I look forward to giving you some more on the channel in the near future. So keep watching, folks. ALCHEMOTO for now is signing out. See you later, folks.